Well, hello Aries, and welcome to your Spring 2022 reading. For this reading, I'm going to be using the Good Tarot, and then I'm going to give you a crystal that you should carry with you during this spring. And then I'm also going to give you a money and the law of attraction mantra to help you with this, with your money this spring. So let's get started. Because there's 13 weeks in a season, I am going to be pulling 13 cards, not necessarily one card per week. It just reflects the season. These are massive cards. And so I've shuffled them a lot before I turn the camera on because they're so big and awkward. You don't need to watch me. I just like to shuffle them a couple of times so you know this reading is for you and the cards are ready. All right. So we've got, oh, great news. The Tower reversed right off the get-go. There. Fortune. Oh, fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Right after the Tower, our fortunes are changing. The Fool. Yeah, we've got some great beginnings coming here. The Hermit. Might be time to step back, Aries. Oh, these are so big, but beautiful. Now you can see why I use them for spring. Eight of Cups reversed under the Tower. The Chariot reversed under the Wheel of Fortune. The Hanged Man reversed. We got a lot of reversals here, but some of these reversals are good. It's better to get them. The Moon reversed. Wow. Look at that. 3 major arcanas in a row, and they're all reversed. And the only one that isn't is the fourth one here is the Wheel of Fortune. Page of Air. Queen of Fire. That's us. Sorry, I'm us. I'm an Aries sun. Justice. 3 of Fire. And the underlying Page of Fire. All right. So let's get started with your spring reading. So let's do it first of all during the Aries time of the spring reading. I can see, so whatever's been disrupted, that disruption is finally going to start and you're going to be able to rebuild. So that's right off the get-go. And, you know, that's very interesting that card showed up. The 52 days before your birthday is a time of destruction. If things are going to fall apart, you should never start a new job. Don't move. Don't buy and sell. Don't do anything big just before your birthday, because you'll find in the months following your birthday, for some reason, it'll fall apart. And that's because Saturn rules the time just before your birthday. So this is amazing that this has come up that said the destruction has now stopped. Now it's time to rebuild. And we have the Fortune's Wheel. So whatever we start to build now is going to become very fortunate for us. So we have to remember that. You've got a month. You've got this Aries month. Sorry if you're watching this after the Aries month, but you can still, the message still stands. If you are standing on a pile of rubble, just start building, because here we have the new beginnings, the Fool card, the innocence. Begin with a bang. Make sure you announce that you are starting over again. As she's announcing, like, hey, I know I kind of messed up, but I want a fresh start. I need a fresh start, and announce it. I'm starting fresh. And then we have the Hermit here. This is something that you're going to have to do by yourself. You've got the keys to open the doors, but those doors won't open unless you actually open them. So this is something that you're going to have to do yourself. I can't believe the major arcanas we have in this reading, Aries. This is going to be a fabulous spring for you. If you move forward, if you rebuild, if you tell people I'm rebuilding, I'm done. This could be a relationship, could be a job, could be a business, could be some kind of investment that you've been working at that just absolutely collapsed on you. Now fortune is smiling on you, and with innocence, open that door, but you have to do it yourself. This isn't a time to rely on other people. This is a time for you to do it yourself. We have the 8 of water, which is the 8 of cups. And right side up, that's walking away. But it's also taking some of your treasures. So it's telling you might have, I think you were pushed out of this situation because it's underneath the tower. And you might not be too happy about it. For example, maybe you were renting and the landlord sold the house and you have no choice but to move on. Maybe your partner left you, so you have no choice, but that wasn't your choice. So these are things, maybe you were laid off from work. So these are things that are not your choice, that you have to move on. And now we're going into more of the Taurus season. So this is April 20th to June, or to May 20th ish. I'm not sure. And you're gonna, once Taurus comes, you're gonna kind of feel stuck. You're gonna feel like, hey, I want this fresh start. I'm doing this fresh start. And you might have to have this fresh start because the move was made for you, but you're gonna feel kind of stuck, but not for long, because here's the Hanged Man reversed. You'll be able to reach down, untie those shackles, and move forward. Because here's the next card, the Moon reversed. You have no illusions. No illusions. You might be thinking this was a horrible thing to happen to you, but guess what? At the end of the day, it's the best thing that's ever happened to you. Because you were feeling stuck, or because nothing was moving in your life. Things were at a standstill. You lost something that you were forced to move out of, and it's going to be amazing because you have no illusions now. This is a great lesson for you. Then what we have next is the Page of Air. And normally this is sharp words or sharp news or whatever. This is going to be a little bit buffered for you. So now we're going into Gemini season. That's interesting. The Gemini season starts with a Page of Air, like announcing it's air time. This is a time for communications, for travel, for all those, but the Page of Air is reversed. So if you were, if there was some kind of, I don't want to say bad news you're bracing yourself for, but if you're worried about if you're going to hear bad news, I'd say no. It's going to be a lot better than what you think. And again, I think it's going back to what you thought was a disaster actually isn't. And here you are, the Queen of Fire. This is the Aries card. And here we are reversed. So this is saying we aren't being ourselves. Are you being too quiet? Are you not acting? And that's and the reason I'm saying that is because it's under the Chariot, the reverse Chariot, which is not moving. And Aries are known for action, for getting things started, for moving on. So I think this card is just checking in, going, okay, we're in our second week of Gemini here, and you've had a whole month to deal with this. Have you moved on? Have you invoked this reversed Hanged Man? Have you invoked the no illusions? What are you being true to yourself? Are you being true to your character, your integrity? Are you lighting the way for other people? When you show up reversed like that, you aren't. And here comes justice. So whatever this was, as long as you are yourself, Aries, justice will be yours. Karma will swing in your direction. And that's also under the Hanged Man. So closer to the end of spring, you're going to see that if you get through this properly and not stay stuck here, if you get through this, justice will be yours. Karma will be yours. Because look at our last card here, our last week before summer arrives at the June 20th or 21st. Three of Fire. This is also, look at, this is a movement card. This is moving right out of the reading. It's moving right out of the reading, but this is your ship coming in. You did the work. You started something new. You got on with it once whatever happened that forced you out of a situation, and you didn't become paralyzed. You did untie the knot and move forward with no illusions. And you were yourself. Karma is yours, and you can finally move on. This is, a card of movement. Like, you can see that this is you just moving on, because this is a fire card as well. So the underlying, the 13th card, is the Page of Fire. Reversed. So this is, again, I think the struggle that the Aries people are going to have during the spring is action, taking action. I think procrastination is going to be your downfall. I think being inactive is going to be your downfall. I just thought of something. We have, like, there's 0 pentacles on here. There's no money on here at all. There's no money. There's major arcanas. We got some major lessons. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half your reading is major arcanas. 7. There's the Tower. It started with 1. Half your reading is major arcanas. This is going to be a major lesson, major spring for you, Aries. You cannot fall into laziness or giving up or inact. Those are all non-Aries cards. That's the negative side of Aries. Don't lose your innocence. Yeah, that's actually a really good message from the Page. Thank you, Page. Let's see what crystal you have to help remind you. And that's what I like about these crystal cards. You just need to buy a little one. Just go to the local New Age store or whatever. Sometimes bookstores have them, gift stores have them. Just buy, 50-cent dollar one and keep it tucked in your bra or in your pocket, under your pillow. So it reminds you of this reading, reminds you of the lesson not to be lazy. And what crystal does the universe want for you, Aries? Cards are ready. Petalite. I've never heard of that. Petalite. Patalite, and it's very gentle, isn't it? Very spring colors. And look, it almost matches this last card that you have. This almost does look like it's bursting forward, bursting with action. You might have to Google that and find out where you can find some petalite. It almost looks opal-ish. Almost does. Definitely has some kind of... it's very pretty, very nice. To me, it seems very soft and spring-like. Very good. Now, because we have 0 pentacles show up for us, either money won't be a concern. I mean, that's a good thing. It's not, I don't see any loss of money, but money might be your driving force here. Money might be your driving force to get you out of this procrastination, to unthaw. That's what I want to say. Unthaw after the winter. Oh, cards are ready. Let's see. Which one for my Aries friends? What's their law of attraction for abundance? Okay. Oh, I can make a career of living happily ever after. So again, something to do with your career. If you aren't working, just make your career living happily ever after you're working. And we even have some nice stars here guiding you. I just keep that mantra. A very good career choice would be to gravitate towards those activities, there's that word activity, and to embrace those desires that harmonize with your core intentions, which are freedom and growth and joy. Make a career of living a happy life rather than trying to find work that will produce enough income that you can do things with your money that will then make you happy. When feeling happy is of paramount importance to you and what you do for a living makes you happy, you have found the best of all combinations. What a fabulous way to end this reading, because this is freedom and growth and joy is the Aries way. And when you aren't living like that and you're reversed, you aren't making a career of living happily ever after. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Happy spring, and we'll see you later.